Hey Gemini, welcome to Glow in the Dark Tarot. As promised, this is your extended. I went on an extended break. Ha. Before this, sorry about that, but I was just really tired and just trying to get my energy back for you guys before I decided to jump into this. So let's go into your extended. Your last video that I posted for you for September, it was pretty long, but I feel like hopefully it resonates with some of you people, and hopefully I didn't mean to say like you people, you know what I mean, like YouTube watchers, but like hopefully it resonates with some of you, and it was really helpful, and hopefully it kind of still is helpful after this extended. So let's go ahead and get started. So first row, you have the Queen of Cups in the reverse, clarifying this World card in the reverse. The Moon clarifying the Fool. The Strength in the reverse, clarifying the Eight of Cups. So remember I was saying how like there was a cycle that had to end, but I really don't think that's us having a problem with it ending. And how I think it's other people. Yeah, this is what you got for those people. This is what you have. And I think this is also part of why you're walking away and what you're walking away from. I do think that there is some hurt attached to this thing that you walked away from, this thing that you finally cut out of your life, that last little bit, those last little tetherings. I do think that there is some hurt attached to it. I don't think that you are out of control as far as your emotions are concerned, but I definitely do think it probably was something that did have you a little emotional, part of that tethering still to that toxic stuff. And I think that if you stayed, that it probably would be a constant battle to flip-flop this in the upright. I don't think you saw yourself having this while still in the fooling around with this, while still being connected to this last little bit of toxicness. I think you knew that you fully had to stay away in order to get this. This, however, is you staying in that cycle that needed to end. I also think, at this point, you don't have anything to give any of those people or that group or that thing anymore. You have nothing for it. And I don't think that you're being nasty about it. I don't think you're particularly trying to be, hideous with it. I think that is just the way that it is. Okay? So remember those key words I told you in the other video. Hopefully you watched that video instead of just skipping to the extended, because I don't always repeat everything in the first video in the extended, you know what I mean? I just extend off of the first video. So the extended, I'm more so talking about the clarifying cards and what they mean to the cards that they're clarifying, but there are a bunch of little nuggets and stuff in those first videos for your monthlies that you're not always going to get in the extended. So please look at that video, because I really do think it's important for this month, because I really do feel like some people are going to try and spit some shit your way, but at the same time for us, I feel like we have good things coming towards us. Okay, so you have the Moon card clarifying the Fool. What I think this is about is I do think that this is about you following your journey, following your path, following your dreams. Gemini, words I keep hearing is that you're flourishing, you're changing, you're going through a transformation, you're cutting away, but you're also following your dreams. And I think that you are following your individual path. You are going your own way, marching to the beat of your own drum. You are doing your own thing. With that, and with this full energy to back it up, you are uh, eager for these new beginnings. You are just taking that leap of faith. And that's another thing, Gemini. You're starting to have faith. And I think it's been a while since you've had faith. I think it's been a while since you've used faith like the tool and like the muscle that it is. And I think you are starting to do things and chase after your dreams and actually have some faith and actually use it. With that though, I also think that you are using your intuition. Now, every time I see this card, I always mention the little crawfish down here and how he has to walk up this path, this long, narrow path towards this moon with a stern, mysterious face in it. But he has to go between two dogs, right? And right now they're distracted by the moon, but, it's very possible that once they see that crawfish, they're going to eat him up, right? Or these dogs could be barking at the moon or howling at the moon. Gemini, I think what this is saying is that you have to be ready and willing to move down your path regardless of the obstacles, regardless of the noise, regardless of the people who want to chew you up and spit you out, regardless of the people who don't have your best interests at hand, regardless of the people who aren't for you. For you or not, you have to go down this path, and you have to have the faith to do it. We can't see where this path leads. We just know that it leads over a mountain and out of the water, out of our comfort zone, right? If we were this crawfish out of our comfort zone, possibly for a little bit, for a little while, and we just have to hope and pray and have faith that it works out. But I think that there is a part of you that is starting to wake up. There is a spiritual part of you that is starting to wake up. And I think that you are starting to use that faith muscle. I think we used to use it a lot. But something happened and certain parts of us just fell asleep, and then all fucking hell broke loose, right? But that's okay, because Spirit took care of us and made sure that we got back to it. But I think that you are still walking away. Still walking away. And I think you know that you have to walk away because you still have to heal. I think there is something about the past that still hurts. Again, that it, right? That I was talking about. The it, the principle. It's almost like someone or something happened and it just broke the cardinal sin of how you treat a Gemini. Just kind of uprooted us. And I do think that part of the reason why we are walking away is because we do need to gather our strength. Not saying that we're tragically hurt. Not saying that we're walking around with a limp, because I think at this point we aren't. But I think that we know that we aren't fully healed. And I think that we know that we aren't fully healed to the extent that we can just go full gusto like we want to. We're not fully back to how we want to be. And how we want to be is in some ways how we used to be, but we want to be fully settled in those new and improved ways of us. And we're not there yet. And again, we are still in this process. We've already cut the shit out. But now, for right now, we just have to keep walking. Okay? Remember those three things I told you to focus on for this month? Watch your mouth. Disengage. Keep walking. That's our job for September. Just keep walking. And when you're not walking, work. When you're not working, sleep. And take care of yourself. And when you're not doing that, walk. You know? So yeah. Yeah, so that's what I see, Gemini. So you have the Five of Swords clarifying the King of Cups. Yeah, again, like, I think the King of Cups is what we're willing to offer. The Five of Swords is what that offer would go to. We're not willing to offer anything to this. This card has been around for us for a while. Have you noticed that? This card has been around for us for a while. And whether you watch me or whether you watch other people in the tarot community, this card for Gemini has been around for a while. I feel like this card comes out every month, at least once, between extendeds and bonuses and all that, at least once. This is my haters card. That's my people looking at you with a silly little smirk on their face, fooling themselves that they're winning card. That shit's still there. You know it. And we're not dealing with it. We've already made up our mind what we think about it. We have decided not to juggle it. We have decided that it's not one of the things that we're going to juggle. These people, this institution, this love, this group, this obligation, this last thing that we cut away, we've decided that we are not giving to it. We're not accepting from it, but we're also not going to juggle it. It is no longer on our to-do list. We are not going to prioritize bullshit, other people's bullshit, OPBS anymore. For what? No. Like, no. I'm not prioritizing your bullshit in my life anymore for some, I don't know, reason that I've justified in my mind. And you know, remember how I said in the other video, your monthly for this month, the one that this is the extended off of, how I feel like for a while there are a lot of people out there who felt like they knew you, and that's one reason why they I'm sorry, why they are having a problem with this cycle ending and why they don't want it to end. There are a lot of people out there who felt like they knew you. They had you figured out. No. I'm not managing haters. I'm not making time for fake friends, fake lovers, fake people. I'm not making time for bullshitty obligations that don't do me well. I'm not juggling that shit. I'm not prioritizing that. What am I doing? Prioritizing and juggling your gossip, your haterism? Making it easy for you, or making you think that it's easier for you to plot your next schemes? No. Fuck out of here. And sorry about the cursing, guys. If the cursing bothers you, please let me know. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the cursing. But I do curse like a sailor sometimes. And I apologize. I am going to do it again. But again, let me know. Let me know in the comments what you think about the cursing. So, Knight of Wands, clarifying the Five of Pentacles. So yeah, like I said, I do feel like there are I feel like September, there's going to be a lot of noise, Gemini. It's going to be a lot of noise. But the only way you will hear that noise, the only way that noise will make you feel marginalized, will make you feel on the outs, will make you feel left out in the cold, is if you play into it. If you do not disengage, like I'm telling you to, you will hear that noise, and this card will speak louder and be louder than any of these other cards in the spread. However, if you keep walking, watch your mouth, and if you disengage, that card will be swallowed up and you will hardly realize it's there. If anything, that card would be more like a badge of honor. The Five of Pentacles. If anything, that card would just be more of you being, yeah, I know I'm different. Let me show you how different I am. I'm not one of the pack. I do stand out. I am alone. I am an island. So even though this card is not particularly a positive card, this Five of Pentacles in the upright, you can use it to your advantage if you do the right things. This card, this being singled out, this feeling singled out, can be your fuel to be this Knight of Wands. Rushing towards your stability, rushing towards your goals, your dreams, your ambition. That will be the driving force for you to be different. If you do the right things this month, if you do not let the noise and the bullshit and the fuckery distract you, that's what will happen. Okay? You have the Knight of Swords clarifying the Six of Wands. So I said in the other video that the Six of Wands was kind of like you keeping to yourself. I think you're going to be kind of like on display a little bit. You're going to be in people's mouths this month. I can feel that. For some reason, you're going to stay in their mouths. We've been in people's mouths all year. For a long time. Actually, longer than a year. But you're going to be in people's mouths this month. People are going to see you. And I think that you are just letting people do their thing. Good or bad, positive, negative, okay, whatever, do your thing. About me, not about me, okay, whatever, do your thing. Either way, I do think that you are just kind of putting your head down in a positive way. And I think you're just kind of keeping to yourself. And I think that you are not interested this month in attracting more attention than you are already getting. Usually I think Geminis are kind of like, oh, okay, you want to watch me? Okay, cool. Pull up a chair. You know, I'll give you something to watch, right? I think Geminis sometimes like the attention. Even if it's bullshit, it's like, oh, you talking about me? Oh, okay, that's funny. That's cute. You know? We laugh at our haters. We laugh at the fact that people hate us. You know? Sometimes we want to give you a reason to watch us. Good or bad. This month, I think you're just not really, you don't really care. You don't really care. I think that you are going to be more of a homebody this month. I think you got rid of the big shit with the toxicities, and I think you got rid of the little details and the leftover tethers with the toxicities. Now you're walking away and you're tending to the details of your newfound security and of your new life, and you're keeping to yourself. You're not putting anything on display. However, you are fiercely going towards the new things that you want, but I do think you're working in silence a little bit. I do think you're working in silence. I do think you are keeping that to yourself too. I think you have some ideas. I think you have some big ideas. I think you have some goals. You know, and these goals could be personal. They could be intrinsic. They could be external to you. I think you are going towards these new things, these new goals with a vigor, full speed, just fucking going for it. And I do think you're committing to it. But there is a part of you that is keeping it to yourself. You're not making it so obvious what your next moves are. People will know what your moves are when you do them. Even then, you're not going to explain to them why or what moves you did. Page of Pentacles clarifying the Death card. So again, I felt like this Death card in the reverse. So this Death card in the reverse, I felt like this wasn't your energy. I do feel like it did have to do with, again, people around you who just don't like change. Maybe they've noticed that you've changed and they just don't like it. You're different. Something's different about you. You know? And people don't like it. And that's why you're going to come across probably so much bullshit this month. Remember that thing I told you about, how I feel like people try to control Geminis, and I think that's been a major problem for a good little bit of just, that's been the deal breaker for a lot of the readings. That's been a deal breaker for a lot of the shit that Gemini has been dealing with. Is the bottom line of it is that people try to control Gemini. And you know, that's really not the way to do it. And then people get mad when they can't control you. They get mad when you do something they don't want you to do, especially if it's for you. So this reaction, this lack of accepting change from other people is for you, Gemini. Regardless of how other people are viewing this change, this new you, this decision that you made, this walking away. God, that's such a pretty card. This walking away. You understand that it's yours. You understand that your opportunity lies in this response. I think that you might even find it a little bit funny how people are acting. But it doesn't deter you. If anything, it just makes you stare at this pentacle even harder, with even more awe and interest. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, clarifying the Devil. This toxic energy wants to come knocking at your door. And even though if it comes knocking at your door, it might not say anything or do anything polite, the want is still there. This toxic energy is a direct connection to this Death card in the reverse, this lack of acceptance of change, of different, of new, of death, of something. It's almost like the devil's waving at you, right? Gemini moves on, Gemini makes up her mind, or their mind, Gemini does this, Gemini does that, and then the devil's just like, hey, nah. Nah. This card in the reverse, this is my nah card. It almost looks like someone's like rejecting like a basketball, like nah. That's my nah card. Bullshit, drama, toxicity wants to come in. We're just like, nah. No. And we mean it. We mean it. I do think that even though, you know, we're just kind of chilling, and even though we are walking away, if you try us, if you try to corner us, if you try to stand in our way of us walking away, if you really try it with us, we might turn around and beat you with the stick and then turn around and keep walking. We're not trying to do that though. But we mean it. We are dedicated to walking away, moving away, staying away from this shit. Page of Wands being clarified by the Nine of Cups in the reverse. I do think that you still feel like you have a lot of work left to do. You were looking forward to it. But you're not quite there yet. You're not fully content. Can you guys see that? You're not fully content yet. You're not fully there yet. I feel like part of you feels like you're not fully out of the woods yet. And honestly, Gemini, it might be a while until you get out of the woods. But I think right now it's just about perspective, and that's what you need to focus on for this month. Again, don't get distracted by the noise. Don't get distracted by the noise. Don't let it keep you up at night. And don't get to a situation where you are being distracted by the noise and you're trying to bury yourself in work, and then you do this thing where you torture yourself at night, but then at daytime, you work. Relax. Relax. Forget the noise. Focus on your work. Focus on your point. This goes back to what I said up here. If you're not walking away, you're working. If you're not working, you're sleeping. If you're not sleeping, you're walking away. Don't be so worried about your image and how you are viewed by other people. Don't be so gullible to think that what other people do is a reflection of you. It's not. It is a reflection of them. So don't allow the things that are going around you to what is the word? To pretty much dictate how you view yourself. Don't fight with opposing opinions. I would protect myself as always, but don't be so married to protecting an image. Don't feel like you have to prove anything to people. So don't feel like you have to put across a certain image to silently compete with the bullshit. No. Don't protect that illusion so much. Still, keep yourself together. Take care of yourself. That's another thing I told you to do in the other video, in your monthly. But don't try to keep up with the Joneses, especially if the Joneses aren't even the Joneses. You know what I mean? You're very protective of what you've gotten so far, what you've worked for, what you've earned, what you've been blessed with. Continue to protect that. Anything that threatens that or wants to mess with that, cut it out. Keep those doors that need to be welded shut, shut. Protect the hell out of yourself and out of your stuff. And you're not filling any pages either. You're not. Do you see this? You're not feeling any Page of Cup energy. Now, Gemini, I think you're a snack. Oh, well, let me take that back. Let me take that back. Gemini, I think you're a whole fucking meal. And I think you have people who are on this page energy who look at you like you a snack. But that's all they're ever going to see you as. They're not mature enough to see you as a meal, right? You want things, and you want people who step to you correctly, who don't step to you like a page. This is another one of my nah cards. Nah. I do think something is coming your way. I think something that you will consider the ultimate is coming your way. The ultimate job, the ultimate opportunity, the ultimate epiphany, the ultimate love. Something big is coming your way. And I'm not just saying that because I'm doing tarot and I want to leave you with a positive message. No. I'm saying that because I have this card in my hand. I don't think that all this cutting away of toxic energy and all this spiritual growth and personal growth, physical growth has happened for no reason, Gemini. And there is some process that we have been on. And we have been going with that process. And I suggest that we continue. Now, I'm going to lay down your spirit animal cards that I picked for you earlier. And that's going to be your advice. So again, I said that this is something new that I'm going to start doing. I really like these cards. They're pretty cool. But this is just to give you a bigger takeaway from the reading. Just in case I don't give you enough. I want to give you guys as much as I can. So I picked 5 for you guys. I don't know if you guys can see that. So your first card is Ant Spirit. Time to collaborate. Gemini, know that there are people around you who do want to work with you, regardless of the seemingly overwhelming amount of people who don't. Regardless of the seemingly overwhelming amount of haters, right? Regardless of the vibe. Know that there are people around you who want to work with you. There are people who actually do want to love you, have friendships with you, and who do want to collaborate with you in any kind of way. Try not to shut yourself out. Try not to be so much of a homebody. Try not to be too much of a lone wolf. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it, okay? Try not to be too independent, but also make sure that you lay a strong foundation with Beaver Spirit, okay? Know that everything that you have gone through up until this point has happened for a purpose. It has happened because Spirit had a bigger picture for you, okay? Know that you are given all the tools by the universe to build that foundation and to start where you are. All right? Electric Eel Spirit. This goes back to what I said earlier. Bring your ideas to life. Go for it. Go for it. Again, know that you have all the tools that you need to go for it. Know that you have all the tools that you need to succeed. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in your decisions. And have faith in your life that whatever you decide to do, you can do it. Okay? So don't get so timid sitting on your ideas about your life and about your dreams. Open yourself back up to being a dreamer again, Gemini, all right? And go for it. Bring your ideas to life. Wombat spirit, be at home. So, again, with all this energy, Gemini, like I said, just keep walking. Just keep walking. Keep doing what you've been doing up until this point. Don't allow certain things in your environment, certain people from the past, even people in the present, to make you forget who you are on the inside. Everywhere you go, you should be at home with yourself. Okay? Lastly, dear spirit, bring a gentle touch. So, remember when I said watch your mouth? Gemini, this month you're going to have a lot of people trying you. I feel it. Or you're just going to feel it in the air that people don't like you. And what I don't want you to do is to allow that to mess with your energy. Okay? So bring a gentle touch. What this card is talking about is it's talking about you allowing yourself to be that gentler side of yourself. To maybe not be afraid to open up in some ways. To not be afraid to show perhaps that side of yourself, that part of yourself, that soft side of yourself that usually it takes people 15 years of getting to know you until they see it. Don't be afraid to show it, and trust that the people who you show it to won't take advantage of it. They won't hurt you. Okay? What this card is also saying is that if you do find yourself in a situation where you have to say something to someone or you have to speak in a particular manner, be aware of how you say things. Be aware of what you're saying. I'm not saying don't be firm if you have to be firm, but do be aware of how you speak to people, even if this isn't, an enemy. Just keep in mind, Gemini, that people are watching you, good and bad. So make sure that you are consistent with how you speak to people, and you're consistent with how you allow people to speak to you. One last thing. You want to know what else this card says? This card means that if drama happens, if trouble comes, if someone tries to start something with you that possibly will put you at the expense of your reputation and how you look, if someone's trying to make you look as foolish as they do or are, disengage. Disengage. All right? I'm not making that up. So Gemini, this was your extended for September 2019, okay? So I will be back with a mid-month. Give me a couple weeks. I'll do it in the middle of the month. I'll be back with a mid-month, and then of course if this video gets a lot of views, then there's a possibility of me giving you a bonus, all right? But Gemini, hopefully that reading resonated with you. If it didn't, I'm so sorry. There are other YouTube readers out there. Please feel free to find a video until one resonates with you. So please leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. I really want to know how you guys are feeling. If this resonates, I want to know what's going on with you guys. So please feel free to leave me a comment. Please share this video. Please click the subscribe button. I'm trying to reach 50 subscribers. I know that's a very small goal, but I believe in starting small, right? Bringing your ideas to life, right? So, I'm happy with every little bit I get. I think I got one more subscriber, so now I'm at 18. So I think that's pretty awesome. All right. So, yeah, please click that subscribe button. Please leave me a comment. Please share this video. Please give me a thumbs up. And Gemini, Gemini, you're doing good. Just don't let people get to you, okay? Just don't give them the satisfaction. Don't give them the satisfaction. If you do it right, you won't even see these hoes. Okay? All right, Gemini. I love you. Take care. Bye.